All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about 3 super powerful MySQL commands. These are the ones that take your data from just a jumbled mess and turn it into something clean, organized, and actually useful. Ready? Let's do this.
And this really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? I mean, pulling data is easy enough, but making it make sense, that's the real trick. So we're going to look at 3 huge, super common problems: messy, disorganized data, tons of duplicates, and just way too much information. And I'll show you the simple commands to fix every single one.
First up, let's talk about bringing some order to the chaos. You know the feeling, right? You run a query and get back a list that looks totally random.
Imagine you pull a list of all your employees, right? But the names and salaries are just all over the place. If you want to find who makes the most money, you literally have to scan the entire list with your eyes. That's a huge pain, and that's exactly where our first command comes in.
Think of order by as your secret weapon for organization. It's like telling the database, hey, don't just dump this data on me. I want you to line it up for me based on this specific column.
So, take a look at this. This is your classic jumbled result. Yeah, the data's there, but it's not telling you a story. It's not giving you any quick insights. You want to find the top salary? Good luck. You got to scan every single line, and it's super easy to miss the right one. But check this out. The solution is so simple. It's just one little addition to our query: order by salary descents. All we're doing is telling the database, hey, sort this for me by the salary column, and please put the biggest numbers at the top. And boom, look at the difference. It's night and day. Instantly, the highest earner is right there at the top. No more searching. The data is no longer just a random list. It's an answer to your question. And the best part is, you're in total control. We used DESC for descending, highest to lowest. But if you wanted the opposite, lowest to highest, you just use ASC for ascending. Or, pro tip, you could just leave it off entirely, because ascending is the default. You get to call the shots. All right, so we've tackled the chaos. Our data is nice and organized. But what about the next big headache? All that repetitive noise. You've definitely seen this before. Let's say you just want a simple list of all the different job titles in your company. But when you query that role column, you get this huge, messy list with developer, analyst, developer, developer, analyst repeated over and over and over. It's just noise. And for that, we have distinct. This little command is an absolute game changer. It acts like a noise-canceling filter for your data, slicing away all the duplicates and showing you just one of each unique value. So, this is what we start with. Without distinct, this is what the database gives us. See, this isn't a useful list of what roles exist. It's just a long, repetitive mess. Total noise. And again, the fix is almost ridiculously simple. You just pop the word distinct right in there after select. It's like we're changing our question from what is everyone's role to what are the unique roles that exist here? And voila, look at that. A perfectly clean, simple list of every unique job title. All that noise is just gone. All that's left is the actual information we wanted. Yeah, this is the perfect way to think about it. It's like asking for a menu of all the different job titles in the company without any repeats. Distinct is what lets you ask that smarter, more precise question. Okay, so our data is sorted, and we've gotten rid of all the duplicates. We're on a roll, but there's one more monster problem we need to tackle. What happens when there's just way too much data? And this is a big one, for sure. We're not talking about a few hundred rows anymore. Databases can have millions, even billions of rows. If you accidentally run a select ask on a table that big, well, you might be waiting a long time, or worse, just crash your entire application. So for example, let's say our employee table has over 2,400 people in it. You don't need to see all 2,417 rows just to get a feel for the data or to test out a query. You just need to see a little peek, a small sample. Limit is the command for that. It's so simple. It's like putting a brake on your query. You're telling the database, hey, just show me the first few. That's all I need. Don't go crazy. So here's how it works. A normal select star from employees would try to fetch all 2,417 rows. Yikes.
But by just tacking on limit 5 at the end, we're saying, nope, just give me the first 5 you find.
And there you go, a nice, small, manageable sample. This is amazing for just getting a quick look at a table's structure. But think about this. What if you combined it with what we learned earlier? Order by salary, and then limit 5. Now you've got a query for the top 5 highest earners. See how powerful this gets?
I love this analogy. It's perfect. You don't need to see the entire attendance sheet. You just want to peek at the first 5 names. Limit is what lets you take that quick, efficient peek without making a huge mess.
All right, let's wrap this up with a quick recap of the new superpowers you've just added to your toolkit. You've got 3 amazing tools now. Order by lets you conquer chaos and create order. Distinct is for eliminating all that repetitive noise. And limit helps you focus on just what matters instead of drowning in data. When you put them together, man, you have some serious control. So at the end of the day, remember, these aren't just commands you memorize. They're tools that let you ask smarter questions. They help you find the actual stories hidden inside all that raw data. So the big question I'll leave you with is, now that you can sort, clean, and focus your data, what stories are you going to go uncover?